you're all doing well. In our last session, we discussed how we have been overcoming challenges and difficult times our earth has been facing since its inception. Likewise, women empowerment or women advancement has been a boiling challenge we have been facing for centuries. And now, more than ever, in this 21st century, it needs an opener. And this is what we find is being addressed in the very first chapter, 3 L's of Empowerment by Christine Lagarde. Hope you might have watched this chapter telecasted in the Victus channel. I'm not going deep into it, but in short, Christine Lagarde was introduced with various other great women who had reached heights in their respective careers. We also learned how to begin a speech. Now, I recall a story or an incident that happened in my school days. One of my friends always complained regarding hardships and boredom that she experienced in her life. Her mother was a graduate, confined in the closed doors of the kitchen. Her father was busy working dawn to dusk, making money or to make the ends meet. At the end of the day, both her mother and father were completely exhausted. They couldn't enjoy or they had no mood to enjoy the fun with the kids. They could neither meet mental stability nor the financial stability. Soon she realized this wasn't her case, but most of the entire generation. Later, as she grew up, the entire scenario gradually changed. Men and women participated or contributed alike. As a result, created an effective and stable family. What made the difference? In this new system, both men and women shouldered the responsibilities. That made all the difference. Similarly, when we take the entire nation, it is necessary to possess this financial stability. Since in any nation, women contribute almost half of the population, it is mandatory to involve women in the economic activity of the nation. The consequences of women not getting involved in the economic process is evident in developing and underdeveloped countries. This in fact results in lower per capita income. Now, what is per capita income? S. Per capita income is the total income of a nation divided by the total population. I know some of you might will be having trouble in comprehending what per capita income is. Let me explain it in a subtle manner. Okay, imagine. Okay, let's move on to an imaginary world. Imagine a nation with a total of 30 people. Okay, a nation of 30 people. It's for our convenience. Okay, and let's once again divide this 30 people as 10 male, 10 female and 10 children. Naturally, children don't participate in this economic process. And in this underdeveloped and developing nations, even women don't participate. So these 10 men alone make an amount of 300 rupees. So the total income of this nation is 300 rupees. and the total people living there are 30. So 300 divided by 30 is 10. So per person, per capita income in this nation is 10. Imagine if the women also participate in this process. The per capita income increases, hence develops a nation. So, women working is a need of the nation. And now, in fact, we understand women empowerment is directly or indirectly related to a nation's development. So, it's our duty to safeguard women, to unleash or bring out her potential. In fact, this increases our per capita income and thereby our human development. Here, in this chapter, Christine Lagarde presents an effective model, what she calls the 3 L's of empowerment, the name of the chapter. This is the model that she presents for us to meet this goal. So, in the upcoming session, we will be looking into what these 3 L's represent and how it enhances the social status of a woman. Let's wind up this session, and if you have any queries or doubts regarding this particular session, you can feel free to ping me, and this is my email ID. Thank you and see you soon.